Hi everybody, Stephanie Craft here. I have not made a twin flame video in literally 2 years, and so I'm back making some twin flame videos. And the reason I haven't been making twin flame videos is that I have not been guided to make any, and I literally just wait for my higher self to push me and guide me when it's time to make a video. Today's the day. I have like a list of 7 or more twin flame video topics that I've been given. I made a list, and this is the first one. The name of this video is "What are twin flames and does it really matter?" More information can be found out about me on my website, stephaniecraft.com. I actually work with twin flames, and I do twin flame healing sessions for anyone around the world, and I'm an energy healer. So during those sessions, I can channel your higher self, your twin's higher self, tune into your twin at the person level, and receive guidance from my higher self or yours on what you need on your journey and any kind of healing that you need. And I do energy healing for you and your twin during those sessions, and pretty profound shifts can happen. So you can look that up on my website under Twin Flames. A little bit about me also is that I've been an energy healer for about 16 years, and a hypnotherapist for 13 years, and I do something called Life Between Lives hypnotherapy, which Michael Newton created. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that for the past 10 years, I've been doing LBL, or Life Between Lives hypnotherapy. And in those sessions, I've been gathering data on twin flames. And even before I knew that I was a twin flame, so I started my twin flame journey 5 years ago. That was when my first twin flame came into my field, and I became aware of him. And I have 2 twin flames, which, that might freak some people out and make you, feel triggered. But I'll talk about that in another video about how that's possible. Actually, I might mention it in this video too, because I'm talking about what twin flames are. So it might come up. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I did not take notes, and I didn't prepare, and I don't know how to edit videos. So this is just me talking from the guidance that I'm receiving. And that's the reason I'm making the video today. Okay, so for the past 10 years doing LBL hypnotherapy, and even prior to that, because I became a hypnotherapist 14 years ago, so I've had clients come to me as twin flames, not knowing what that is. I didn't know I was one. I've been gathering their stories all these years. They'll come to me, they'll tell me their story. We'll go under I'll put them under hypnosis, do the session, and find out tons of information about twin flames. So even more information can be found about twin flames when my clients go into the Life Between Lives session, LBL, which means that I guide them into hypnosis. They visit a past life, and from the past life I have them leave the body at the time of death, and they go into the afterlife or the spirit world, where they're in their soul state. And when they're in their soul state, they're actually channeling their soul. So they're now speaking, their soul is speaking through them. It's very high level information that the person themselves doesn't even know, knows nothing about this high level information usually that's coming in. So then I have the opportunity to ask about twin flames, usually because they've come in with that an issue about a person, a soul. Is this my soulmate? Who is this person? I want to know more about this person. Or the other thing that I do in those sessions is I'll always ask, okay, did your soul, or is your soul incarnated in any other bodies on earth right now, or is it just you in this body? Sometimes they've never pondered this thought. Most of them haven't, because I kind of spring that question on them, and so their soul provides us the answer, and it's shocking a lot of the time to my clients. So like non-twin flame people, they haven't brought that topic up. I'll just ask that question of their soul. And so the answers are varied. before I move on, I wanted to just show you, and I will give you the answer to that question, multiple types of answers. But before we move on, I just want to mention what I'm actually talking about. Michael Newton wrote 3 books. I'm going to show them to you. The first one he wrote was Journey of Souls, Life Between Lives. The second book he wrote was Destiny of Souls. This is the work that I do, and that's why I'm talking about it, because I've gathered a lot of information about twin flames. And the third book he wrote is Life Between Lives. This is more for hypnotherapists as a reference book, and how to do the sessions. So Michael Newton passed away 1 year ago. Actually, 2 days ago was the 1 year anniversary, September 21st. 2017 was the 1 year anniversary of his passing. I'm sure that, oh, maybe he's even guiding me to make this video. I hadn't thought about that, but he's definitely working with us LBL hypnotherapists from the other side so that we can continue to expand this work. And the reason I'm talking about this work in this video is because I've said this is my 3rd time saying this, but that's why I'm talking about this work, is because of the information that I've gathered in those sessions. So not only do I have my own personal story to share with you about being a twin flame, or actually I can share experience from being a twin flame, and then I can share experience professionally that I've gathered from clients. So when I ask my clients, is your soul in more than one body right now, incarnated right now? A lot of times they'll just kind of seek the answer and say, yes, there's one woman in Asia. And I say, will you ever meet her? And the person will say, no. And I'll say, what's the purpose of your being in 2 bodies at the same time? Every time they answer this question, the answer is always to gather more information, to grow and learn faster. It's much faster to learn and grow when you're incarnated in more than one lifetime at the same time. All of that information is brought back up to the soul after those lives are lived, and they always say it's much more challenging to be in more than one body at the same time during the same incarnation. And that it's for people who are ready to challenge themselves, souls who are ready for that challenge. And they always say it's very hard. And the ones that I ask and the answer is no, there are no other incarnations of my own soul at this time, I'll say, why? And they'll say, oh, that's way too hard. I could never do that. That's, really, really, really hard to do. I'm not ready for that. So the level of the evolution of the soul matters here, and it's the choice. It's the choice of the soul to do this. Just today, like a couple hours ago, I had a session with a client at my office. She came in for hypnotherapy because she had a concern, questions about a man that she had been thinking about for over 20 years. And it was devastating to her. This is a common thing among twin flames, that they can't move past the suffering and they get stuck on thinking about this person, feeling heartbroken. And so she had all these questions about who this person was, who she had only seen one time in her life, but it had affected her life hugely. We found out her soul spoke through her during the session and told her that her soul had been divided at the time of creation. At the time of the creation of the soul, it divided, and that's who this other man was and is. Twin soul, twin flame. So there are many different manifestations of twins. There's a really huge myth out there that a twin flame is the other half of your soul. The example I just gave would say that, hey, wait a minute, Stephanie, oh yes it is, because you just said the soul divided into two and that's the twin flame. But no, because going back to the sessions, the information I've been collecting for the past 10 years, every time I ask that question, when the person is in their soul state, the answer is different. So sometimes people have 3 incarnations at the same time. You know, one person is in this country, one person is in this country. They describe who they are, how old they are, male or female, will you ever meet? A lot of times it's no, we are not going to meet. We did this, we came into bodies during the same lifetime to grow, evolve faster, to challenge ourselves, to, once you do enough incarnations alone, like one, you're like, well, what, let's step it up a notch. What can I do to make this more challenging? I mean, it sounds crazy because life on Earth is so hard, but I guess we get a little bit bored and we want to challenge ourselves and see how hard we can make it for soul growth, soul expansion. So the myth out there that people say you only have one twin flame, that is false. A lot of people incarnated right now who have a twin flame might only actually have one. So in their case, it's true. Some people meet their twin flame, some people don't. The other truth about this is that you can have your soul incarnated in many bodies, more than 2 or 3. I've had people who have said there are more. It's rare to have that many, but it can happen, and it has happened to me in this incarnation. My soul is in 7 bodies that I know of. 1 is me, and I know the other 6. I never would have believed it if it hadn't happened to me, and people are very triggered. Some people who are stuck in these hardcore twin flame belief systems that are false teachings, which I'm going to make a video about that because it really bothers me, because it keeps people locked in to lies. People, twin flame teachers have been, some of them, I don't know who they are, I literally don't know who they are, but they have been spreading false lies about twin flames, and I really want to clear it up. That's part of the reason I'm making twin flame videos again, is because I'm really tired of hearing about these things that are not true. And so I never would have believed it if it hadn't happened to me. And, I've been gathering information from my work, which I never knew when I started doing this work, that I was a twin flame. So then after it happened to me and I had 2, so when people, I'm being confusing now because I said my soul is incarnated in 7 bodies that I know of so far. I don't know if there are more. I haven't asked my soul that question under hypnosis to gather information, but I have had many hypnosis sessions and confirmed that about my twin flames. But twin flames are, I would call them like the romantic type interest partner feeling that you have with somebody, and I have 2 of those, but the 6 other people that are incarnated from my own soul in this lifetime right now that I know, not all of them would be called twin flames. I call them soul extensions. And so the other ones are non-romantic interests, and like, even though I said I have 2, only one of them would, I'd have like a soul contract or a soul agreement to have like a actual partnership with. I don't have that contract with both of them, but I've been through the twin flame journey that is so common that we all know, which is why you're watching this video, and why you watch any twin flame videos is because you've been on this journey and you're curious about it and you want to learn about it. So I've been through that experience 2 times in this life, and that's enough. But anyway, let's see. I want to talk to you about what twin flames are. So going back to the beginning, the reason that, people want to know what they are is they're having an experience. They don't know what it means. They don't understand it. It's very intense. So part of the reason I'm making the video is to explain what they are. And then the other part of the title is, does it really matter? So I'll get to that part in a minute. Twin flames are people who are incarnated from the same soul. You can have more than one. Some of them are non-romantic people. One of my best friends, okay, I'll give you the example, the real life experience. This woman came into my office for a Life Between Lives session. I had never met her before. She was in her soul state. Her soul started to speak through her and told us that she and I had been the same person in 21 lifetimes. Okay, so of course we were both surprised. We had never met before. And her soul proceeded to tell us some of the people that we had been and that we are from the same soul. Now, I had already met some of my other soul extensions / twin flames by this time, so I got to ask about them. So her soul provided us with information, confirmation, validation about them. Turns out that one of her best friends was another one of our soul extensions, which brought in the last one out of the 7, so that I got to know and meet. And the 2 of them had been sibling twins in a prior lifetime. All lifetimes are happening simultaneously, but when we have linear time, we can go back in time and say it was years prior. So they had been sibling twins. They were best friends in this lifetime, and we found out. They already had suspected and talked about it because they're both very psychic and intuitive and could feel that they were from the same soul. So they already had those conversations. And then her soul confirmed it, yes, and gave more information about all of us. And so my story is very unique because most people only have one twin flame. If they are twin flame, most people are not twin flames, meaning there are not multiple incarnations of their own soul at the same time. But if you're watching this video, you're probably a twin flame, and that means that you probably only have one because it's just challenging to have more than one. My story. So I had a session with some very well-known twin flame healers that are very good at what they do, and they said they had never seen a case like mine, but that they validated it and they could see the creation of the soul and how it divided. And they said, they tuned in and they said, okay, there are just a few more groups on the planet like yours, only like a few around the world. So my case is very unique. I'm not here to say, everybody is in multiple bodies. It might not be true. I really don't know. I only know my experience, and I know my lots of clients' experiences. Twin flames are guided to me, even though they don't know they're twin flames. This has been going on for the past, I'd say 14 years since I became a hypnotherapist. So I keep getting them, and they come, and they have no idea. At this point, I've been working with twin flames for over 2 years. I mean, specifically professionally as a twin flame healer. But before that, I had been working with them as well, meaning, I didn't have as much experience personally on the journey, but they were still coming to me with their stories. So let's see, twin flames. I just want to do some summarization here for this video. Twin flames are anybody. Their soul extensions could be another word for it. Anybody incarnated who comes from your soul, you could have more than one. You may never meet them. You might meet them. Some are romantic connections. Some are family members. Some are parents, children, siblings, and then again, non-familial relations such as friends. Let's talk about the creation of souls. Okay, this is all theory. Of course, I don't really know. I've just been gathering information. The part about this video, the reason that I'm naming it what are twin flames and does it really matter, is because technically it doesn't matter what we call ourselves or what, if we actually know that we are a twin flame. We know we have an intense soul connection. It doesn't really matter what level of the connection is. Technically, doesn't matter. What matters is how we navigate it, how we move through the process, what we learn, what we gain from it, how we grow. That's what matters. But the reason it matters to me is that I collect information. This is part of my journey in this life. That's why, I do this work that Michael Newton created, and I'm interested in how are souls created? How does creation work? I've seen imagery or pictures online of the monad. So let's look at like a sphere of energy. I was trying to pull out this picture that I have and I couldn't find it to show you, but you can just Google it. Images of monads, oversoul, soul, and the how they manifest. So we've got the creator, and this is all theory. I'm not coming on here to say I know everything. I'm just trying to figure it out. And so I'm speaking it out loud as much as I think I know. And I don't even think I know it. I really have no idea, but I'm sharing theory with you. Okay, theory, ideas. So we have the creator, and there's the creation, the birth of a monad, which is like this huge sphere or ball of energy. Then from the monad, we have like other balls of energy that come off of it, that extend out from it, and these would be oversouls, okay? And then from the oversouls, we've got more spheres of energy coming off of those, which we could call souls. From the souls, we could have more division that would be twin flames coming from the same soul. And we'll get back to the different levels of creation of who we are in a minute. But let's talk about what if the soul, I don't like to use the word divided because I'm going to give you some examples of what I think twin flames, how they manifest. So you have the soul, and then it's like a ball of energy, and you can have rays coming down. Actually, you could have a ray of that soul energy and like different nodes on there. It could be twin flames. They're all coming from the same one. Or you could look at it like the Russian dolls that, fit inside of each other. They're literally replicas of each other embedded in each other. They're all like the same one. You could look at it like a diamond, different facets of this same diamond. This is all analogies for twin flames. You could have a bowl of sugar and you take one spoonful out, put it in a body, another spoonful out, put it in another body, and these are twin flames. Now we can have, this is my theory, this is what I believe. Well, I think I know, so my beliefs are very malleable, and they shift and they change with when more information comes in, when new experiences happen to me, when other people have experiences through sessions or provide information through sessions. So I'm always evolving, always growing, always learning, and I don't really stay fixed in my beliefs, which is good because then you just keep learning that way. So I talked about the monad, I talked about how then there are oversouls, and then I talked about the souls. So we can have different levels of twin flames. So for example, from the level of the soul, and then we have the oversoul. The oversoul would be a conglomeration of all of your experiences from your entire soul. This would mean all of your twin flames lives throughout all of time. So your oversoul goes by we when they speak. We, because it's plural, because it's a conglomeration of many, many multi-dimensional aspects of you, your soul, and all of your twin flames. Now you could have a twin flame at the level of the oversoul. So that would be what would come from an oversoul would be a soul and another soul. And those are twin flames at the soul level. Forget the language, but because it's talking about things that we don't really know. So these are examples of the different levels. So if it's, let's say we have the soul and then parts of that's the level of twin flame at the soul level. You can have the oversoul have extensions, and they can be twin flames at the level of the oversoul. And then we can have the monad, which creates the oversoul, and then we can have twin flames at the level of coming from the monadic twins at the monadic level. Some people like to define twin flames as it's only this or it's only that. It's only from the monadic level. I don't do that, because when you meet the other part of you at whatever level of creation it exists, it doesn't matter, because you go through the feeling. You look into that person's eyes, you hear their voice, you know it resonates with you. That's another part of me. Who cares what level it comes from? I mean, I care because I'm interested in this information. I like to gather this not gather like a scientist, but I'm so curious. And so I like to know. But for people out there who are going through this experience, does it really matter if you know what level of creation your twin is to you? It might matter to you because you're curious, but in our day-to-day life, just navigating this journey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have more than one. It doesn't matter what level of creation you match at. Technically, none of this matters. I like talking about it. I like learning about it because I think it's really, really interesting, and I like to know more. But fighting about it, people online are, laying down the law like they know. I don't even know. All I know is I receive information. I have my own personal experiences. I have my clients' experiences, and I find it interesting. So does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. It matters that we are having intense experiences and we're learning and we're growing. The only time we're really going to know is when we leave the body and we rejoin our soul. Then we can ask all the questions and find out all the information we want to know about it. But we're not going to get all of that here while we're in a body, while we have a human mind and brain. We might gather a lot of information while we're here. We might continue to evolve and discover more, but technically it doesn't matter that we know the details. So I think that's it for this video. I just wanted to explain my version of what a twin flame is. It's an incarnation from the same soul. You could have multiple levels of twin flames, meaning soul level, oversoul level, monadic level. And in my world, they're all twin flames or soul extensions because they are another part of you coming from whatever level, and you feel it, you know it, you have amazing experiences in experiencing life with another part of you. I think it is so cool and fun. Once you get through the pain of it, looking back at the supernatural nature of it, it is a fascinating experience and life choice that you as a soul have made to come in here and do this. I did a session recently with somebody who is incarnated in one body, which is the client. She's in her soul, small percentage of her soul is incarnated in an animal that she actually met and incarnated as an ET somewhere else. So your soul exists multidimensionally across all time and space, all dimensions, all realities, all realms of existence, in many bodies, all at the same time. Your soul decided to come into a life and divide out to gather experience in multiple ways. It's hard to talk about this because it's like that person got to know that she's in the animal and the ET and her body, but only for this incarnation. So she didn't get the information about all the other timelines, all the other planets, all the other existences. So it's talking about existence it gets complicated. I'm going to talk about these types of concepts in other videos, little by little as I go, as it applies to the topic. So, hope I didn't confuse you. I guess that's it for this video. I will be seeing you soon. Many blessings on your journey. I love you all. Bye-bye.